Boxing King Media in association with Boxro. Clifton Mitchell were catching up the day after. Wanted to speak to you about Sandy Ryan's performance, a coming of age performance. Would that be right in saying that?
Let's start from the beginning. You first came on here and even forgot my name, right? He was going to call me my son's name, yeah? Which his real name is Clifton Mitchell. We call him Ty, so I'll let you off.
I would have got away with that then.
You probably could have done, yeah.
Sandy's coming of age performance last night.
For me, I was happy that she adjusted in the fight because it was no easy fight. This girl was a lot better than anybody would have given this girl credit for. No, to be fair, I mean, the media was saying that she's a very, very credible she's a two-weight world champion as well. So at the minute, Sandy's mixing in very, very high quality. And for a 7th fight, I think now? And all in all, she had to tough it out a little bit, caught with some clean shots, which I'm not happy with. But, people say on telly that it was a really good fight. It's a good fight for telly, but it's not a good fight for your head. You know what I mean?
Good fight ringside as well.
Yeah, well, all in all, I'm happy. I'm happy that she showed some different things what I was trying to do. We're just working on certain shots. I didn't see a lot of this girl before the fight, but I'm trying to. What's the word I'm looking for? Just trying to make an all-round fighter, not just stand there having a scrap or just running. I'm trying to mix the two of them.
I was saying to you off camera, after rounds 2, 3, I was watching it ringside, and now part of me was thinking, is the same thing going to happen as in the first Farias fight, where Sandy looked a bit like she was getting timed and she was getting caught with shots, and probably lost the first 2, 3 rounds, maybe at least a couple of them at least. Where at any point at what point were you concerned, thinking that something needs to change?
I was never concerned because she ate them. She said I ate that and spat it out. But why take shots you don't have to take? For one, and two, I wasn't concerned in the fight at all. I knew Sandy had beaten this girl. All she had to do was listen to my instructions and she'd get through it. So I was never really that concerned. Once I said to her, right then, let's start changing it up a bit, and she changed it, and we started pulling away. I thought the scoring was rather. Everybody says, it was, she never won it, but I thought she won it by at least 8 rounds.
I'll be honest, I probably gave the other lady at least 3 rounds. Most people I was sat with, 97, 93 seemed quite fair.
Yeah, cool. Listen, I mean, if it was 96, 95, I'd have been happy. You know what I mean? If one person give it a draw and 2 give it to us, as long as we get the win, most people want an excited fight. But as a coach and as a trainer, I want to see perfection all the time, and that's what we're striving for.
What was the ring walk about? Because I think Sandy nearly knocked out the cameraman. She was literally sprinting.
Yeah, because you know what? She runs to a fight, she does. She ain't walking to it. You want to fight, let's go. She's all about, let's go. I've got to calm her down. No, once you start, what's the word I'm looking for? Once you can transfer the weight in the correct way, she'll take girls out, no problem. But like I said, if you start looking for punches, it ain't going to land.
Definitely not. I've got to ask you, Clifton, before you go. Obviously, he was at the show last night. Dillian Whyte, Jermaine Franklin, the opinions are split. A lot of people are saying Franklin got done. Your guy Fraser Clark reckons he got done as well. What's your opinion?
I don't think that Dillian lost. I didn't think he lost. I thought he won the fight. I thought he tipped and tapped and poked and prodded, and I think he was. He got caught with a couple of good shots, and I probably got wobbled once or twice, or got hurt once or twice. But overall, I thought he won it by a couple of rounds, maybe. You know what I mean? One guy gave it a draw, which proves how close it was. And Franklin's no mug, never lost, come to win, and people, because they've never heard of him, they're not giving him the respect that he's supposed to get, Franklin. But obviously, the kids fight, and the more you fight these type of fighters, the more that fighter was getting more comfortable in the fight, more uncomfortable, and realised, you can't actually hurt me. So that's the reason why he got more and more brave as the fight went on. He was expecting Dillian to come out. Then again, he's only been here 2 weeks and he's been in America for so long. Is his body clock really come back? That's one thing. He can say he's shot. Another thing. We'll see. But all in all, I don't think that Dillian lost in the slightest. No, I'd say. Even as my mate, if I thought he'd lost, I'd tell the truth. I'll tell you the truth, honest truth. No, he never lost. I thought he won.
Got to ask you about the training situation. Dominic Ingle reckons that Buddy's probably not the right person for him. Quite a few people are kind of saying that he maybe should have stuck with a British trainer rather than going with Buddy. What did you think of the adjustments he was making in the fight and the things he was trying out?
I thought that he did some really good things, some different things. I don't think he'll get caught with an uppercut again because he's changed it to. He's probably used a bit of Chisora's cross blocking and more that type of stuff, and there and there. And I thought he was well, but if you're winning just off a jab, keep winning. You know, everybody's expecting big bombs and like total maximum violence and all that, and he never came out with that. Now and again he kind of opened up, but I was expecting him to do. But like I said, Dillian's always been that kind of big awkward type of guy. So for me, the adjustments, Buddy Mcgirt, I think he's probably the best trainer he can go with. That's my opinion. Everybody's got their opinions on where he should be. But obviously, I spoke to Dillian in depth about it, and he said, he said, I've been doing a lot of different work. And what he does is, he said, he watches me, tells me to do this, tells me to do that, tuck up, stay tight. Like I said, he's only had one camp with him.
What do you make of Buddy saying in the press that he's never seen Dillian fight?
Of course he has. He's telling lies, isn't he? Of course he has. Like I said, was he saying that just in case Dillian got beaten? Then it's I didn't know what he was to expect. Like I said, I've seen a picture on Instagram where he's standing with some heavyweights in America, and Dillian was the smallest. So really, is he just working on Joshua, or is he working on Franklin? Because the heavyweights I've seen him with were all tall. Made Dillian look. These kids were like 6'8" and 6'9" he was sparring with. So all in all, I think that can he? Is that the best fighter for him? Best trainer, I should say. Probably, yeah. I don't see a point with it because I think that the way that Buddy fights and the way that he's going to fight is very similar. Could be. Like I said, he's a short, stocky geezer, and Dillian as a heavyweight ain't that big as a heavyweight, really. All in all, I mean, he's 6'3", so he's my size heavyweight, which isn't that big anymore because they're all super heavyweights now, aren't they? But all in all, I think Buddy Mcgirt is probably. Only he will know. Then again, you say, was Robert Garcia the right person for AJ? I don't think so. Definitely not.
The suggestion is AJ is looking for another trainer.
There you go. It's like a new wife again. Is he Muslim?
I'm not sure.
No, I'm just asking. But listen, look for another trainer because you're gonna, as my mum say, you'll pick till you pick shit. You know what I mean? But me personally, I think he probably should have stayed with Robert. Robert built him. You know what I mean? He knows what the chassis is, what the engine is, and he knows what, you know what I mean? How fast he can go or what he can do from what he can't do. That's my personal opinion because I think he was probably at his best when he was with Robert. He probably, got a bit stale. A bit like when Naz was with Brendan for that long. He got a bit, not stale, but he stopped doing the things that got him to where he got.
A lot of people say, they're just talking about that Naz subject without going too deep into it, but sometimes people say money comes into it where, the consensus is where the fighters are paying like a set percentage to the trainer, but when they start earning 7 figures or ridiculous figures, they want to negotiate that percentage. Does that stuff play a part?
It might do on something, it probably did with Naz, but I don't think that that was the problem with AJ. I think AJ was always paying the percentage, understand? But sometimes you can get flat. You can get flat with a trainer, and sometimes you think a change is as good as the rest, But only him and his trainer know what's happening. I've trained kids where you just know it's not going to work no more. You know what I mean? It's not going to work. Bless. And it's not going to work no more. So your relationship with the fighter ain't going to be the same. So it's best if you separate. It's like a relationship, isn't it? You don't have to stay married, do you? You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Another thing is, nobody knew Naz like Brendan. Nobody knows AJ like Robert. So people can say what they want. Go on, they can say what they want, but you know that he built him from the ground upwards. That's the thing. That's the reason why he's probably the best thing to go back to Robert. Robert knows what makes him tick, knows how to fire him. But then again, once you get money, think people change. Now he's got money. It's not about money. It's mad, isn't it? Now he's got money. He's got money, life-changing money. His family, his kids, his grandkids are always going to have money. So, what is it about now? Legacy and him being a world champion again. So, go back to the beginning.
On that note, that's quite a good ending. So we'll leave it at that. Unless you've got anything else to add, Cliff.
No, up the Rams, Derby County, number 1.
Always. Thank you.